Hey guys, welcome back. This is your garage. I'm Davis and this is Tristan here. Today we're going to be working on Tristan's turbocharged 3800 Camaro. We have a lot to talk about here, but I guess we'll try to keep it very concise. We've been doing more tuning with it. Garner's given us tons more tunes and we've been going through all that.
It's getting closer.
We did have an issue where, first off, one issue seemingly is fixed, hopefully. I mean, I took it on a couple of drives and it didn't do it, but it's not shutting off anymore. The motor is staying on when I'm ripping on it. That is a big, big thing. We did encounter an issue where we're seeing those spikes in the data logs at 10K RPM. Obviously, it's not hitting 10K RPM.
Yeah, no, it's just on the log for a couple milliseconds, reading 10,000 RPM.
All the injector duty cycle goes.
Yeah, and then
high.
the injector duty cycle goes way up, and then half the time it happens, spark, it takes all the spark advance out of the car, out of the tune, when it spikes, and we have no idea what's causing that. We changed the ICM, so we think that that's the problem, because Davis didn't see that in the log after that happened. Of course, he didn't take it on an extensive drive. And then we're also going to be changing to our different coils that I have just laying around, and they're definitely for the supercharged engine.
So
we think that's going to be better than the one that we have on the car right now.
Anyways, just for you guys to know, if you want to identify yourself, when you're looking at the ignition coils here, how you can tell where they're from is the bottom. So if they have a blue bottom, these are called blue bottoms. These are from the supercharged motors, and supposedly they have a hotter spark, which is more performance, more power. And also the ICM that came off of that supposedly was from the supercharged one as well. So I already took it off. It's kind of like a little bit of a struggle to get this thing off. Not bad, but we did make it better. I marked all the coils, the wires, plug wires, which one they go to, so I can keep it in order. But all we have to do is unbolt that, unbolt this bracket I made, and then on the back, the actual ICM connector and pulls off. I already did that last week and got the old one off. So this one is supposedly the bad unit. Put bad question mark. I don't know. No confirmation on that yet.
And then the next thing is we're trying to figure out the map sensor. So some people are saying like, hey, the tune might matter between L67 and L36 because they use a different map sensor, and we are using the L36 NA map sensor, the 1-bar map sensor on a turboed engine, which like the supercharger, those engines came with the 2 bars. And so we were looking at our spare parts, and I found this that came off. It was 2 of them. And I found this. It came off of just the spare engine that we rebuilt that's in the Bonneville now. And I saved this. These are 2 bars that I found. And this has the correct part number, so that's how I know it is. And so we're going to swap that over. And it's just plug and play. You just have to fiddle with the tune a little bit. And so that's going to take some of that out of the equation. If that's one of our problems, or if it's not. And then even if it isn't our problem, this is going to allow us to see like boost pressure in the data log. That's important. So Garner has never been able to know how much boost we're putting out at any given time, besides like what we tell him because of the vacuum gauge.
Yeah, before guys, what we were doing to record boosts is we just had this off a vacuum port. Like obviously not scientific. So this, with a map sensor, it'll be able to actually record exactly what it is. I put some custom math into the data logs, so it'll be able to record boost. Right now with the 1 bar, we hit boost and it shows 0 because it can only read up to 1 barometric pressure or whatever. And
to go back to that point of people mentioning L36 versus L67 tune, is possibly they're saying when that 1 map sensor reads anything below like 0, it's going to make the car try and turn off, they said, or just like just shut down. And well, I mean, if that is true, we don't know if it is. I mean, this is going to take care of that.
That would fix that.
And or at the very least, like Garner at least be able to see more on the log. So that's cool. It's pretty cool that we have them because they're like $70+.
And we have 2.
We have 2. Plus probably more lying around because I also have a lot of spare parts in my house too.
Yep.
From multiple engines. But yeah, so that's exciting. That's what we're going to be putting in today. So Garner said that we could do this without fiddling with the tune just because he's busy right now. He's on vacation. And so we just have to make sure we look at KR while we run this.
Take some timing out.
And take some timing out. Just take a few degrees pretty much on the entire table off. and it should be fine. And then we're gonna switch these and just see if that improves anything.
So supercharged ICM, supercharged coils, 2-bar map. This thing, I think it'll help a lot.
So I think it will help a lot, and already it seems like the car is just running better so far with the new ICM. Davis recorded all the exhaust temps, and before, like, a few cylinders would have just like slightly hotter or cooler exhaust temps coming right off of the manifold, and so Davis looked at all of those, and they were even for the first time ever.
They've never been completely even.
And they've never been completely even.
We got pretty close on all of them, except for the very far rear one. I got my GoPro stuff. The far rear one, that would always read a little bit cold. So I measured all of them since the ICM swap, and every single one, they were within like 10 degrees of each other.
And cylinder 1 would always read hot.
Yeah.
But it made sense to me because it's literally like the first in line, so it's getting the most heat from all the other cylinders. But if they're all even, I mean, that sounds like that is how it should be.
Yep.
We even are reading some KR. Like this whole time we've been logging, we're seeing KR, couple degrees. Put in the intercooler, we're still seeing that.
Just the temperature outside when we were tuning originally was like 80, 90 degrees, and now it's consistently like 40, 50. Intake temps also reflect that. They're way colder.
Yeah, so they're like 20, 30 degrees cooler, and we're still seeing the same amount of KR, and so we're pretty convinced that that's false knock and that's not real. Or
that the data log is recording too sensitively, and I need to up the cell hits.
Yes, because right now it's at zero. So literally any possible reading of knock, it will read as KR and then take timing out. But what we're thinking about doing is we're going to put like it's got to fail 15 times or like have an error 15 times or something. We're gonna ask Garner like what a good number is.
I know
because 0 doesn't seem good enough.
I know for math tuning, once you get closer on the math, you set it to 15 cell hits. Once you're really fine tuning it, and it's set
at 15 now.
Yeah,
and so we're thinking about like maybe 15 cell hits for the KR, but we don't know. Like that'd be something to ask Garner. It doesn't look like he's messed with it, but since we're getting false knock, we kind of need to do something about that because it's just taking timing out when it doesn't seem like it needs it. And we're possibly thinking that the exhaust has something to do with that. Of course, there could be other things that have to do with that, like the wobbly balancer.
Yeah, maybe there's that has a lot of stuff on this. Like, and the turbo kit vibrates. I added this bracket to kind of help that. But, I mean, it still vibrates a lot. Even on my Mustang over there, when I was getting it tuned, before it was even supercharged, my tuner was saying it was seeing some KR, but there's literally no reason for it to be having KR NA. And he was just like, it's probably just your headers vibrating, the resonance in it.
Makes sense.
There's a lot of resonance in the system.
There is. And then also, in like the front wheel drive supercharged setups, the 4T65E has a lot to do with like false knock readings because literally sandwiched right between the engine and transmission, there is that knock sensor. And so...
right next to this, like literally the knock sensor is right next to the downpipe, which is a very long, flat pipe that can have a lot of resonance in it. I do have exhaust hangers, but it can still vibrate a lot right next to it. It's
too bad that we can't like, is that the computer isn't smart enough to tell you which sensor is reading that, because if it were to tell us only that one side is seeing knock, then we could be like, okay, that's entirely false then.
Well, I wonder if, what would happen if you unplugged one side? If we unplug that side, do we see any knock? Unplug that side and have that one plugged back in.
That's actually a good idea. If we unplug that side and still see the knock, then maybe it's not false, or it's just vibrating the engine significantly.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea. We should try that sometime.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
But yeah, so like we're having those little issues, but the tuning's getting better. Garner's improving it a lot. But yeah, it's taking a lot to figure out. I mean, of course, we've had to change a lot already. So, yep, it's a whole learning process.
Oh yes, but we're getting there. Sure. We're getting there, and it's very hopeful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful. Like it's gonna be a good runner in the next couple weeks. I'm hoping.
Still got to do that oil change to the 5W40 or 5W50 or 20W50, whatever
I need to order that online.
Yeah, or we're gonna just go pick it up.
Yeah, because usually that thick oil isn't in town, but I haven't checked AutoZone though.
Yeah. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. We'll replace the map sensor. We'll get the coil bracket off, replace those coils, and then we'll go ahead and take it on a test drive. You have to pull those tabs off the side. Yeah, split them and then pull up. You got it. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
So guys, that's the 1-bar map sensor. We're just gonna replace this.
In fact, look, this doesn't even have it doesn't even have any part number or anything. Well, maybe that, but it has no like
3H13.
It has no factory like symbols, anything, nothing.
Chinesium.
So that is definitely a Chinese sensor because this would have AC Delco on it otherwise.
Let me see, 3H13.
Hey, go ahead and look up that part number.
But these ones have actual AC Delco part numbers on them, so we know they're legit. Hummer, what the hell? Mazda?
What the hell?
Yeah, I'm not finding anything online. Not finding anything online about that. Whatever marking was on the old one, so.
That's really, but at least we know that this is genuine.
Yep. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, this thing, piece of garbage. Yeah, it just pops in. Alright guys, so just got this all unbolted. Didn't actually take that long, maybe just like 10 minutes to get everything all done, but...
Yeah, the hardest part is getting the ICM unbolted because, I mean,
on the back.
it's on the very back.
Yeah, one thing I did notice between these two is you can, I don't know if it would show up well on camera, but it's green right in there.
Yep.
And then this one is orange.
It's orange. Also, I mean, this is green, which means this is probably from a junkyard.
Yeah, this was the original coils from the Camaro.
Oh.
So. Yeah, let's see.
And they're from a junkyard. No.
Pull this off here. Where is my extensions?
They're all gone.
The frick. I swear I had some 3 or 1/4 inch extensions.
But yeah, look at this, guys. We put these bolts in. I really recommend to go up a bolt size on these, and then it makes so much more sense to go with like an Allen head over just a normal bolt head because, well, if you've worked on these things, you'd know.
Yep.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, wow.
Dad had something sad happen. His first car left on the chariot to heaven.
Explorer gone now. No longer on channel. It got canceled.
It got canceled, guys.
It said some racist shit, and then, you know.
Yep, that's true. Yeah, it sexually harassed Isaiah, and that was it.
It said Ford Mustangs ain't fast.
And then he had to delete it.
You did take, where's the diff cover? Is it in here?
Yeah. Where I put it.
He pulled the GT500 diff cover off of it.
Yeah, probably the only Ford Explorer with a GT500 diff cover on it.
And it was cheap, so they bought it, and it lets you fill and drain from it,
Bag.
which
It's just dirty as shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to take it out.
the original, it didn't have like a fill hole in it, and these did, so they were cheap at the time, so he bought that. But then
I think it was.
now they're expensive.
I think it was. I bought it for like $55 or something on Amazon.
Yeah,
they
that
were
was,
mismarked.
that was an insane deal by itself. I bought one and he bought one, and those things now are like $200, or they were always just like $200. So.
That's ridiculous. So
Yeah,
now they're gonna resell it.
Yeah, last week when I checked, like they were listing them online for like $230.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
So what does a used one go for?
probably $150.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah, probably good profit. But he did offer it to Brandon, right?
Yeah, I did. He said he's gonna like check to see if he wants it. He doesn't know yet.
Yep. Where are the rest of the coils? Did they? Oh, they're still in there.
What brings you out here, Dad?
Well, he's not allowed to be in there.
No, I'm just asking
Right.
him. He was happily playing Elden Ring in there.
Yeah.
Did you die?
I mean, no, not yet.
Liar! I know it. I mean no.
I was just sitting down too long. My legs were getting fucking numb from leg day yesterday.
So I tried checking that part number. I couldn't find anything, but they're gray bottoms, so. I'm gonna also just spray these with some electrical parts cleaner.
Yeah, good
And
idea.
then should I wire wheel these
we
terminals?
should. Yep. We'll be right back, guys.
All right, guys. So we just got the ICM and the new plugs on here. We cleaned up the terminals. Then we also blew out the bottom end part, like where it connects, with some electrical parts cleaner and compressed air. So this is all ready to go back on. And this is why you do the Allen head upgrade, because this thing is solid. If you know anything about the Bonneville, his are basically like not even secured down.
No.
So-
They like the bolt holes are just like they're stripped. They're done.
Yeah. You can see these are the type of very tiny bolts. These are
Yep,
like
that's what comes
5.5 mil.
Yep, they're awful. And yeah, they just strip because they're so tiny. So yeah, that's why we upgraded bolt sizes and
1/4
retapped
inch.
the holes.
Yep.
Yep, and that is why you do that. And then look at that, guys.
But wait, before
Deep
you
down in there, that's
put it on there, since we modified the fuel rails, we bent these down so it sits at an angle and not flush. We could actually, you know, take out the plugs, right? We took out the ICM. We can now take off this valve cover. We can also take out the other valve cover. We just have to move some things out of the way. We can retorque the heads at some point.
yeah, we definitely need to do that.
We can also double check the valve lash on those because it's kind of a custom setup with the push rods and lifters and all that. So
Yeah, and we checked that before we put the engine in the car, but we want to check it again. But yeah, we never retorqued the heads after it's been heat cycled. We never done that with the Bonneville either, and that's why we think it's leaking coolant out of the side of the head. So yeah, we need to do that eventually. But yeah, like this being so far back here, I mean, I can see why you struggled with that.
yeah, you guys, you can see how far back that is.
That kind of sucks.
We can also access the vac line on the back, the brake booster line. But
yeah,
it's
with
fine.
this off?
Yeah, it's fine as is right now.
Well,
So
now we're gonna struggle putting this on.
here, I can go ahead and do it.
Oh, so you want to struggle? Nah, he's probably gonna do it pretty easy.
I've done this twice in the past in this week, so I know.
Just this week.
I know the trick.
He knows the deal.
Yep, just get her on back.
Just fucking jam it in there.
Pinch your wires, and then you grab the right socket, and then you plug it in by hand and kind of just
Pray.
yeah.
You pray.
This whole thing. There you go. It's in. That was actually easier than it was last time I did this. Just put this on, and then I have to figure out righty tighty lefty loosey.
Yep, because it's backwards.
And then you can pretty much almost just do this hand tight. I'm gonna grab the wrench and just torque it down a little bit more. You don't want to go crazy on something like this because it's 7mm bolt on the back.
Yep. In fact, that's probably what happened to the coil packs.
Yeah, well, yeah, just over torqued.
Yep. Yeah, like Davis was saying, on my Bonneville, they're literally loose to the touch.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah, we tried our best to make this as serviceable as possible. It's actually not that bad.
No, it's not that bad.
It was bad when we were putting it together and everything was like at the top, but since we like modified it.
Yeah, modified it.
Literally just bent the metal.
I told Davis to bend him out of the way, and so he did. It's so much better, though, that way.
Yeah.
I
We
mean-
can actually get the injectors out. We can get the coils out, and that's all that really matters. I don't think the actual fuel rails are ever leaving, but, you know.
Yeah, I definitely want to get some different fuel rails and
Low
get some fuel
profile.
logs.
Just get an actual, like, fuel regulator, like an Aeromotive kit, and then with the Holly and everything, oh, baby.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it's getting tight.
He's getting tight.
Not gonna go too hard on it. You know, just 1/4 inch, 7mm. There you go. And now, preemptively, I marked these, which I can't really see that one actually anymore.
That looks like 4, though.
4. I'll just remark that. 3. But pretty easy. There's only, what, 6?
There's only 6.
Get these on before.
Once we go to the Holly route, we're going to have to put LS coils on here.
Yep. We'll have to figure out where they're gonna go. They could sit right on the valve cover.
I think 3 could sit on each side.
Yeah. Just mount them and then plugs will go straight into them.
Yeah, because I know that Garner put all 6 on top of the Camaro intake.
Oh, yeah.
But I think we could put 3 on each side, maybe.
That might be kind of hard to get, you know, at the very top.
Yeah, it seems, and we wouldn't be able to make that fuel rail work.
Yeah. So 6, 3. What is back there? So we got 6, 3, 2, 5. I think is one.
Guys, we need some chicky sandwiches or something. I don't know if you knew it, guys, but Jerry Rig Garage is fueled by Popeyes. Get it now. Yes,
It's like, you know, people like athletes who are just like, eat fresh.
exactly. Like they're sponsored by that company, though. We're not. Popeyes, please sponsor us. We're just growing hungry boys.
I think one of the spark plug wires fell down here or something. Oh, yeah, it did.
We're just growing young boys. Oh, that was 4.
Yeah, so that one's a 1. I'll just remark that real fast so we don't lose track. Because this would be a nightmare to figure out which one's
It would be. At least with the Bonneville, it's somewhat easy, but not that. It feels nice to know that no one has the same setup we do.
Yep, custom. Maybe not for the best.
True.
So, okay.
Hey, but the wastegate works good.
Wastegate works.
That was the
good.
one thing I was most worried about not working right in this custom turbo kit.
Yep, but it actually
It actually performs
to our knowledge,
perfectly.
And now with the 2-bar map sensor, we'll actually be able to record boost on the data log, so we'll see exactly how good it is.
Yeah, that would be really awesome to be able to do that.
Setup was 1.
It really makes me happy that it's completely plug and play too. No wiring.
What's plug and play?
The new map sensor, you know?
Oh yeah, that was,
I like that.
I was not even aware of that. That's amazing.
I didn't think that that's how it was going to work. I thought we were going to need at least like a new plug. And then I didn't think we'd have a spare.
Not let alone 2 spares.
Yeah, 2. I really am curious why the freaking Grand Prix needs them.
2 of them, right? Because, I mean, it came from a boosted engine, so...
Oh, you know what it could be?
Huh.
One could be the engine, and then one could go to the dash. Because, like, you know how my Bonneville has a boost gauge? Well, so do the Grand Prix. So they might use one for the boost gauge.
Right. That makes sense.
But that's not how the Bonnevilles work, so I don't know.
Let me double check this. Just want to make sure these aren't touching. When I touch these plugs, I just want to make sure that these down here next to the downpipe and manifold aren't, like, tweaked after moving them.
Right.
So those are all good. This is all plugged in, right?
Yep. And also, after looking, guys, I can't find a balancer that goes on a Camaro, a new one.
Yeah, they discontinue. I found the part number. Forums online say it. Anywhere that there used to be listings, they're all discontinued.
Yep. So, my options for a new one are an L36 ones, but an L36 one, they're physically much bigger. Like, they look like the double... Like, they look like the ones that came off of my Bonneville with the 2-pulley...
You're not going to find it. It's all the way in the back.
Yeah, it's back there. You can't even see that, guys. But yeah, it's 2 belt wide, so it's a very large balancer. So the balancers that actually came off of the Grand Prix and such, they look very similar. They just don't have that second belt, but they're almost as thick. So I think that might have to be what we go with, which is more rotating mass. But at least a new one, if we install it correctly, it shouldn't wobble like this one. And we don't know if that is what the knock is. You know, like, we're thinking maybe that's part of it, or...
It could be it doing that, wobbling. Also, the car relies for crank signal on the balancer. So if it's wobbling, I don't know if that's, like, throwing off the crank sensor in some way.
Exactly. And then if we disregard all of that, it vibrating that much is probably not good on the bearings, like I've at least read online.
Same.
So with all 3 of those points, I think that the new balancer is definitely needed, and we're going to be using, like I said, that L36 Grand Prix one probably, unless any of you guys have any better ideas. I don't want to just buy another used one, because that doesn't make any sense.
I can't find any used ones online either.
Yeah. So, yep, that's probably what we're going to have to do with the balancer.
Yep.
Ooh, give that thing a shake.
Well, I need to tighten the balance shift, or the brake booster one, because I had to loosen it.
Gotcha.
Swing it out of the way, basically.
Yeah, I really like that that strap that he made for that.
Clean, right?
It really does make this thing quite a bit more solid, because if you guys saw it before, the coils were kind of bouncing.
You would see it when the car was running. It would like
you'd be bouncing and not good.
Yeah, I don't think that's good for the coils, but.
Ooh, that is so solid. Excellent.
Yep. So that's all set. I'm
got the map sensor.
Load up the tune and then.
Yeah, we're gonna. What Garner suggested is to take 2 degrees completely off of the timing map, like high and low tables. So just take 2 degrees of timing completely all around the table.
I can show you.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
I can show you guys this live. All those data logs we did. Here, we'll go off.
Are we actually going to show them a data log? Like the one where...
Sure. Yeah, I mean, we can do our best with it because it's not going to show up well on...
Yeah,
that's good. So, guys, as you can see here, these random spikes... Let me try to get it to... That one actually didn't hit 10K, but you can see it showed like 8,000 RPM, which is definitely not true. We did not hit 8,000 for like a split second. During that, the injector duty cycle, this one didn't seem like it jumped very high, but like these ones right there, 10,100, and then injector duty cycle is 60. Also, you can see right there, right next to it is the boost, the boost. 1-bar map, it only shows up to 0.
Right, and then you can see, like, what we're specifically looking at is these red lines that go up, that's RPM, engine RPM, and then in the log, I'm sure it will show more of that. Let's see. Right there is one instance where it happened. So that's 3 times it happened.
Well, you can see it actually happened 5 times total.
5 times total. Yep. I wasn't even looking at that. Yeah. So 5 times total. There's 4.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're gonna do on the tune here, we're gonna go to Spark, High Octane, select everything, and then we're gonna put -2, then we're gonna plus it. Took 2 degrees out of everything.
All right.
We're gonna save that.
And you got to go to the low table too, right?
Well, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Then take 2 degrees out of this, -2, plus, and
all right.
There we go. Let's save that.
And that'll be a lot safer.
Now we'll go ahead and apply that to the car. Alright guys, so we got the car all warmed up. We're gonna go ahead and take it on a quick test drive. We found that the new map sensor, it doesn't read exactly right, or at least how we anticipated it. Garner explained some things to us. It's still gonna work. It's just, we thought it would be working for us with boost. We can still, after the fact, do some math and figure out what the boost was through it. It's just not gonna display on there yet. There's probably some custom math we can put onto it, but we're gonna go ahead and take it on a drive, and we're gonna see how it does now with the new coils, the ICM, and the new map sensor.
Yeah, with what Davis was saying, there's actually no way on the ECU to switch from a 1 bar to a 2 bar to a 3 bar, where like in the LS ECUs, they start with a 2 bar, and then you can actually manually set a 2 or 3 bar yourself, but these V6 ECUs don't have that, so it's either never going to read right, or we'll eventually get it to read right with some custom math that people on the forums or wherever you got that information. Well, we'll just have to do more research on that and try it again, but yeah, it just didn't work this time, but I'm hopeful that it could work.
Yep, absolutely.
But it will take custom math. It's not gonna
natively work.
The software is not going to let it work innately. So, yep. But so far, so good.
I would watch the KR.
I will definitely be watching that like a hawk.
You can put it on the KR even.
Nothing so far.
Nice. Alright, a little pull here.
Well,
I like cut off.
we had that cut issue still.
Did it like
So it saw a little bit of knock, but like not even a full degree. So that was unrelated, but
yeah, it like got up to like 5,000 and then it was like bloop bloop and then like cut. So I think maybe that was a 10K issue maybe.
I can't tell. But we'll know once it's in a log, because I can't look at that specific RPM and see where it's at while it's logging.
Yeah.
But it looks like that could have been close to 5,500.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try third gear pull here. It's usually where it shuts off. Well, it did really good.
And I saw like very small bits of KR, which
the
is
AFR did not look good. It was like 12 to 13. Should have been more rich than that. So I don't know what that's about.
Well, if it was in 12, that's like good enough, but like it's not perfect.
Should be 11. I mean, we were in boost there for sure, but it didn't shut off, and that's kind of what we're most concerned with, you know.
Yep, it looks like it was still seeing that that ignition cut.
Really, it was still like the 10K thing?
Well, like before that first pull,
yeah.
you know.
We'll have to check the logs for that.
We will have to check. Or it could be a separate issue.
Yeah.
But it didn't want to die. That is good, because that's gonna help drivability immensely.
Because I mean, if you're getting into it and it just shuts off, like
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
That would put probably me in a not a safe position.
I figured out how the hazards work, so there's that.
You did?
Yep. You literally just push it in and pull it out.
Oh, you push it in and then pull it out. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Oh yeah.
Probably gonna have to use that at some point.
The motor seems to be doing good too. Like, I mean, I'm getting more confident with it for, you know, new motor and stuff. You don't want to, like, I don't know. I just have some, like, what would you call it? Hesitations, yeah, some anxiety about it.
Yeah, like I have a little bit of anxiety just doing pull after pull, especially like not on the thicker oil, but
yeah,
we got to be doing this to. It's either gonna.
I felt it. I think it did it again.
You think it did it again?
Yep.
Because I can't see it on the log. At least it on the log it did not show a spike.
At least I felt something.
It definitely, like when you said that, there's something. It looks like the timing advance might have jumped way up for some reason.
Oh damn! I should have taken off the Camaro front thing.
Oh yeah, but we're still seeing 77 degrees IAT.
That's good.
Oh, you're worried about it flying off?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not like super secure.
No,
know?
it isn't. But since it's being pushed on, I feel like it'll be trapped. Maybe. If we're lucky.
We might lose it. So.
Yeah.
Just preparing you for that.
Okay, if we lose it, I won't be that sad.
Yeah.
Actually, maybe I would be sad because we need to cover up Grandma's dentures.
Yeah, it's not getting where we want it AFR wise. It was like 13, 14 when I did that, and I was full throttle. But not shutting off. Maybe that's where we were seeing some knock.
Maybe.
I need to check back in the tune.
Give it a baby pull real quick.
I need to check the tune again because I adjusted the power enrichment, you know.
I just want to see power enrichment. Okay. As soon as you did that, power enrichment came on.
Well, I saw it. Power enrichment did hit, and it hit 11, but mid-pull, it was 11, and then it jumped to 13. So, I don't know if that's like, it turned off, or what had happened.
Because literally as soon as you started the pull, power enrichment came on, so.
Okay, well, it's showing on. I guess just it's for something for Garner to see, I guess. But so far, so good. I mean, it's not shutting off, and I mean, it hasn't, like, you weren't there for the drive, but the last data log where I was going over and it did it like 5 times, it was incredibly noticeable.
Right.
So I suspected it happened. I can't say for sure certain it did, but.
Well, whatever he did to fix it worked.
Well, no, it was on his tune. What we did with replacing the ICM, that would be the difference. God, that's not getting to a good AFR. I'm gonna stop doing that now. At least what this is reporting, it's not getting to, like, it's pretty lean when I do that.
So we just need to enrichen it up during power enrichment.
Something like that, yeah. But like, it's not, I'm ripping on and it's not dying.
That's good. It's not even really
I'll use this.
Oh yeah, God, oh God. Guy was backing out of his driveway.
Yep. You can hear the ticking I'm talking about inside the cab really hard. Like, you hear that?
Yeah, oh yeah, I hear it.
I don't know if that's the exhaust or what. I don't think it's the motor because I come out to the, like, I pop the hood and I listen and I don't hear anything. So.
Better fucking hope that it's not the motor. But no, I think it is just the exhaust because the exhaust gets resonated because it's sitting right under the cab.
Yeah.
So it resonates in.
Literally the exhaust pulses we're hearing.
Because like people have warned me, for example, not to let your exhaust be go out right under your bumper. You want it kind of like out a little bit from your bumper or it will resonate the cab.
And that's kind of what I tried doing. I mean, with the kick out, just have the 90 shooting the exhaust out the side.
We just need more of a kick out.
Yeah.
To where it's even visible from the outside of the car.
Yeah, so right there, I tried replicating exactly what I did last time for it to do that. I just saw the AFRs just like jump really lean just there. Maybe that was a spike.
On let off, it could have done that.
Oh,
Because it doesn't.
You're right.
Yeah, RPM didn't spike on here at least.
Paranoid. I guess. So far, so good. I mean,
and we only saw very low amounts of KR with the timing taken out, like
also
lower than before.
Yeah. It's also what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. No surging so far.
That's awesome. I'm happy with this pole or with this log so far. I'm glad that the car at least has improved with the new coils and ICM and tune.
Yeah, we tried this last time. It would be dying, and
Yep.
like anytime we tried getting into boost, and it was just no fun, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it left us on the side of the road like 3-4 times.
Yep.
So
AFRs, I mean, are good cruising. I'm seeing 14.7 quite often now.
I'm really happy because this seems like with all these improvements that the car is now drivable.
Yep, you can take it home now.
I could take it home.
I have no concern with this thing shutting off now.
That's really good news.
Yeah.
Of course, you know, RPM issues still here, but again,
we'll see.
we have more things. We have more things to try.
Well, is that we need to look over the
Okay, it
log.
looked like it. I don't
felt-
know that for sure.
It felt like it a little bit.
Something happened to where we hit a cut of some sort.
Yeah.
But guys, we'll be right back when we are inside looking at the log.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, we're back. Tristan had to leave. So there's a little bit of time has passed since we got home. I actually had to do some on-call work, so that kind of sucked, but we're back anyways. Gonna end off the video here. We did look over the data log, and I did not see that it spiked to 10K anywhere in the log, which is great. That is, as far as we can tell, that issue is fixed until it comes up again, but you know, we'll see. We did replace that map sensor with the 2-bar. I did read on ZZP's website that if you are to use that sensor for it to read correctly, you do need an L67 file. We are still using the L36 file that came off the Camaro, so that's why it's like reading off or whatever. As I see it, Garner, with his intention, is to tune around that. If we were to switch to like an L67 tune file, like if we were to take that off the Bonneville or something, that I believe would need another credit for HP tuners for us to do that, and then we might need to just go through the tune again. But I guess we'll see what happens. We'll see how it's able to tune with that. It would be very nice to have the L67 tune just so we could, you know, data log the actual boost if it's going to read it properly. That'd be awesome. But otherwise, the tuning went perfectly fine. It was just running a little lean, as you saw in the driving, so we're just going to, you know, keep doing that, get some more updated tunes. We're going to keep tuning it. Yeah, didn't shut off once at all. It hasn't shut off once since we replaced the ICM, so that's great. We're using those L67 supercharged coils in the ICM block. So that's all running great. So, I mean, things are looking up for the Camaro finally. We're able to get some decent tuning done on it. Just such a shame that drag race season is over, so we, you know, can't see what it'll do with the track. Maybe we'll see about getting like a draggy unit or something and just, you know, going down to Mexico and seeing how that goes. But I'm going to continue here working in the garage. I'm just going to quickly go over some things. We got this big old light here now, so way more light over this fab area that we have. I have 2 more of these, which I think I'm going to put one up kind of right here. That way, just maximize the amount of light we have in here. I did add a what's it called, surge protector here. It's more outlets. It's not plugged in yet. I did just get some extension cables in the mail, so I'm going to be running that over to here, kind of tidying up the electrical. I got this mounted, so anywhere in the shop where we need something, you know, got an extension cable for that. Got all my tools reorganized here. Finally got some legitimate impact sockets. I'm gonna buy the, you know, longer ones because I just want the variety of short and then long. But guys, that's gonna do it for today. I really want to thank you for watching and sticking around. You know, any support that you can provide, you know, goes right back into the channel itself, goes back into the tools we buy, the parts that we put into the cars. So if you do want to join us as a member down below, go ahead and do that. Also, just watching the video, subscribing, liking, that definitely helps us out. So definitely appreciate you guys watching and sticking around. We'll see you next time.